Just wanted to make sure that I got the chat up on my iPad so I can see it. I'll wait until you pop in. All right. So for the hair color process, let me discuss like the basics of things first, and then we will get into processes and stuff like that. Hopefully all of this makes sense. Feel free to ask questions. My specialty for the salon was in hair color. So that was something that I focused a lot on. I've taken a lot of specialty classes in it. I have worked with Paul Mitchell, Revlon, Farouk, Ion. I've worked with quite a few brands that did specialty classes in different forms of hair color technique, hair color processes, as well as removal. And I've used several of these processes that I'm going to talk about in the actual salon setting. And it just depends on what kind of color is in the hair, how long the color has been in the hair, what you're trying to remove, what color you're trying to remove. It literally all depends on what is in your hair. So I'm going to talk about the basics first, and then we'll get into more specifics, and feel free to ask questions. I will, I've got my iPad up so I can see the chat. So hopefully this is helpful. If I get too technical or informative on this stuff, throw up a red flag or something, or throw something at me and be like, yo, whoa, back up, replay, retry that again. And I will try and break it down even further. So hopefully I'll try not to talk over anybody's heads. I have a bad habit of doing that, and I don't do it intentionally. Okay, so hair color, depending on whether it's semi-permanent, demi-permanent, which is deposit only, or permanent, or you even have like temporary dyes like rinses and stuff like that. You can remove them all from the hair doing different types of processes. Some of them literally you just wash your hair and it will fall out. Some of them you have to use chemicals to remove it. So you have, I think, deposit only color, unless you bought the permanent color. I'd have to look and see what you bought last time. Since it's on my account, I can see. But somebody been doing nerd chat with my friend Chris, so he just messaged me. Okay, so I'm trying to find something on my computer. 1 second. So you used color that you already had. You didn't buy, because it says there's points on the account. That's why I was like, let me open up orders and see. I know you bought some stuff, but I don't think that you bought the color that I had put in the cart. Okay, it shows an order. Let me look at what you bought. All right, so it shows that you bought Arctic Fox, which I don't support the brand or the owner, so I wouldn't recommend that product, but I know a lot of people like it. Yep, that's what it shows. You got 2 different bottles of the Purple Rain, and then you got a couple of different glove sizes. So at least, I can see that, and you earn some points with that. Okay, so for temporary hair color, it's easier to get rid of because you can literally just wash it out. It only lasts like maximum 12 washes. For deposit only color, where you have lightened the hair or not lightened the hair, there are 2 different stripping methods that you can use to get that out of the hair. For non-lightened deposit only color, where you're literally just putting color over your existing hair, and then it will just grab wherever your hair has some sort of damage. And when I say damage, I mean wind, sun, heat, things like that will over time damage your hair. So it causes the cuticle to go from, this to this. And that little bit of damage, be it chemical, heat, sun, wind, elements, that kind of thing, will cause the cuticles of your hair to slightly open, thus allowing deposit-only color to sneak in those little cracks and get down into the lower layers of your hair. Your hair has several layers. The very center of your hair is called a core, and then the outside layer is the cuticle. And the core is usually where permanent color deposits. And I'll get into that in a minute. So with deposit-only color on pre-lightened hair, what that does is it takes that nice smooth cuticle and blows it open. And so that the hair color can go in a lot further and sink down into that middle layer of hair. And then as you rinse it, or usually there's some sort of neutralizing agent that you will put on over it, or that's already built into the product. So after it stops working, the cuticle goes from this to slowly closing. And then as you wash your hair and then rinse it, it'll snap that cuticle back over the hair color, thus trapping the hair color into the center of the hair strand. Now, with permanent hair color, you use anywhere from 10 to 40 volume developer. It's going to take that cuticle and go with it. So not only is the outer layer, the cuticle of your hair, wide open, the center of the strand is going to be open, and you're going to get all the way down to the center core of the hair strand. So let me see if I can pull up a diagram of the hair strand. And see if I can show a picture of that. All right. Let's see if I can share my screen. All right, just want to make sure this is working on the screen before I continue. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this picture. And of course, I clicked it and it just opened something else. Hello? All right, let me see if I can find the picture. There we go. This is what I want to look at. So the cuticle is the outside layer. Okay, and then you've got this layer in here, which is usually where deposit only color and then permanent color can stain that area. The center of the hair, which I called the core, the medulla, that is where permanent color really likes to grab. And so it makes it even more difficult to get it out. As your hair is damaged, this cuticle layer that kind of looks like a closed pine cone will slowly open, and that allows hair color to naturally release from the hair. And that is from washing it, hot and cold water, the application of heat, whether it is a hair dryer or a flat iron, curling iron, any type of heat. Some products that we put on the hair, like I use a lot of oils on my hair, which, keep the hair shaft closed. But some products have alcohols in them, which can cause the cuticle to open up a little bit more, because what it does is it dries out the edges and it allows the cuticle to kind of like bend instead of being straight. So alcohols dry like the edge of the hair and it allows it to do this. So some hair color can seep out through that. Now, also being out in the sun at all can cause damage to the hair and allow the cuticle to also become open, as well as elements like wind, rain, things like that can also damage the hair. So there's a lot of elements that go into hair products. That's why Revlon came out with something like 20 something years ago that is, it's a UV protectant. And people don't realize that when they're even outside for a few minutes, the sun can gradually lighten your hair. So if you notice that the hair color at the base of your scalp, which is fresh new growth growing out, is one color, but the color down here is completely different. That's why. It's because this has been exposed to wind, sun, heat, other things like that. So that is why this down here is more porous and more open cuticle wise than the hair up here. And it also lightens the hair over time. All right, let me go back over here and turn that off. Okay. So now that I've explained what happens with each of the processes of hair color, let's get into what type of removal techniques are used. You can do, for some things like temporary or washout treatments, you can do what is called a clarifying treatment. A clarifying treatment basically is a regular shampoo, and I will get an example. This is the cheapest way to remove some hair color from your hair all the way up to permanent hair color. So I have used this technique on other clients at their homes. I have had them do it at home before they come in. And usually I have them also do it before they do any type of chemical processes, whether it's hair color or a perm, bleach, anything like that. And it also helps strip other things out of your hair. Now, what you're going to need is something as simple as a regular clarifying shampoo. This is Suave. When my hair feels like oily or my scalp feels extra oily, I use this maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks on my hair, and then I let it sit on for a few minutes, and then I rinse it out. To remove color using this type of product or any type of clarifying shampoo, Suave is just the cheapest. There's not a whole lot of excruciatingly harmful chemicals in it, so I always recommend that. You're going to get that product and you're going to use double the amount that you would normally use to shampoo your hair. And you're going to do this. I usually pat, and then I do this with my hands to disperse product again, and then I'll come in and work the product through the scalp. And then of course you want to come down to the ends, and then you want to work it through to the ends. So you want to make sure that your hair is completely covered in shampoo, and you're going to suds it and that kind of stuff. Now, and you just need just enough for your hair to be semi-damp to get this process to work. You're then going to take one of these things, which is a regular, you can buy 100 pack of these at the dollar store for $1. You're going to take one of these and you're going to put it on your head and you're going to wait. You can do this one of two ways. The different methods also will allow the hair color to escape the hair shaft faster and more efficiently, depending on which method you use. Our head produces a lot of heat. That's why when you go outside as a kid, they always want you to cover your head, because heat escapes from our scalp. Same thing with our feet. So that's why they always say keep your hands, your feet, and your head covered at all times. It'll keep you warmer. There's a reason for that. Now, the heat that the scalp produces can be enough to remove some hair chemicals like color, all the way up to demi-permanent hair color. But there's a catch. Our hair can only hold so much heat, especially with it being wet. It's going to evaporate the heat a lot faster and heat rises. So in order to allow the heat to stay onto the scalp or within the actual region of the scalp, I recommend taking a towel, starting at the base of the neck, pull it up, twist it, and then fold it over and then tuck it in back here. So your towel needs to be big enough for you to completely wrap your head, twist it at your forehead, and then tuck it back over the top, and then secure it down here at the base. Kind of like you would do when you get out of the shower and your hair is wet and you don't want to drip it down your back. What that does is the towel technique traps the heat from your head inside the towel, which allows this process to work more efficiently. So you have the initial process of just the shampoo and the cap. then you have an added bonus of wrapping it with a towel that allows the heat to stay trapped in there, which allows the hair color to also seep out from the hair. It's less harsh. You also, either of these techniques, you need to leave on the hair for 20 minutes, 20 solid minutes before you rinse anything out. And you're going to need to rinse it with warm water to hot water. Usually the hotter you can stand, the faster the color will run out of the hair. It's a standard clarifying treatment. It's not, I mean, it's going to be stripping to the hair because it's removing all of the oil out of your hair and your scalp. So it can be drying, but it's not as a harsh chemical process as it would be if you used a soap cap. And I'll get into that in a little bit. Now, do I have, all right, I do have. Let me grab another exhibit. Now, this is another process that you can do. You're going to take your shampoo and your cap. Now, if you have a blow dryer, put this sucker on your head. You're going to either try and loop it around your ear, or you're going to hold it and you're going to come back here at the neck. And you're going to put your blow dryer here and point it towards the back of the bag. Now, this bag wouldn't work because it has a, it's religious, okay? It's religious. Religious bags will not work, okay? So you need a non-religious bag. This one's extra religious, okay? So we need a non-religious plastic bag. Any plastic bag will work. You're going to point it away from your neck because hair dryers can get hot. I would recommend using it on the warm or the low setting. If you can stand the hot setting, that's fine. You're going to leave this on your head, hold it under your chin, and then blow the heat up into the bag. And this is going to cause a mock dryer hood. This will allow the heat to circulate around the hair and the scalp, causing the clarifying treatment to work a lot faster. You can do this in for 10 minutes and then you can rinse, or if you want to wait a little bit longer, do this for 10 minutes. Then as soon as you shut that off, the hair dryer off, and you can feel the heat starting to evaporate, grab your towel, wrap it up and tuck it in, and then leave that on for another 10 minutes. That will trap the heat that is trapped in your hair and your scalp. Again, you're going to make sure that this stays in position because you want your hair to stay damp. You don't want it to dry out. Then you're going to, do 10 minutes with the towel on and then rinse. That is a more aggressive form of this type of clarifying treatment, and it will also help remove hair color, and it will even get out some permanent hair color. And it has been very, very effective in getting reds out of the hair. For people that dye their hair a form of red or anything that has a red base in it, it works really, really well at getting red hair color that's super stubborn. Red is really strange. It washes out of the hair faster than any other color, but it also likes to hang around and leave remnants in the hair so that when you go to do another treatment or you try and remove the red, it's like, nope, I ain't going nowhere. Fuck you. So it's like, it's really funny. Red really is the fastest color to fade, or any type of pigment with red in it fades so much faster. But when you try and remove it from the hair, it gives you the middle finger of, defiance. So this works really well at removing hair color. It's not going to permanently remove the hair color. It's going to lighten the effects that you have. And it will allow, depending on the color that you want to put on your hair after the process, it should allow for enough color removal depending on if the color is in the same color family or lightness to darkness range that you're going to be applying to your hair after this process. Now, now that we've got standard clarifying treatments covered, do you have any questions, Angel? Do you want me to cover anything else or explain anything else better? Because that's one of many processes. And I'll give you a minute to type. I'm a suck on some nope. Argan oil is actually a conditioning treatment. So the argan oil won't do anything to your hair but moisturize it. So there's that. The process that you're talking about using that product is different. All right, you get back green. All right, so that was the initial clarifying setup. Now, for a soap cap is doing all or any of the treatments with a clarifying shampoo, but also adding in bleach and or lightening products. It depends on what the store calls it. Some people call it lightening. Some people call it freaking balayage. Some people call it freehand. Some people call it bleach. It's all about the same thing. You're going to take your powdered or liquid lightener mixture. So you're going to take your developer and your shampoo, and you're going to mix those in one thing. So if you do 2 ounces of 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume developer, and depending on the strength of the volume depends on how much lightening you're going to get. You're then going to take equal amounts of shampoo to that liquid form and mix those two together separately. Then you're going to add in your powder and or liquid lightener product. So if you're using a powder and it says use 1 scoop for 1 ounce of liquid, or use 1 scoop to 2 ounces of liquid, which would be more accurate depending on what product you're using. Some products want equal ratios. Some people want a 2 to 1. It's usually a standard of 2 to 1. So you're going to take that mixture, that developer and your clarifying shampoo, and you're going to put 1 scoop or whatever of your powder lightener and then mix it. Or if you have a liquid lightener, again, measure that out, add that in. That lightener product will be added last. You can do any of those 3 methods that I discussed before in order to remove hair color, be it just with the shampoo cap on your head, shampoo cap with a towel, or the shampoo cap with the plastic bag, and then rinse it, or the plastic bag shampoo cap, and then put the towel on for an extra 10. The longer you leave this chemical mixture on your hair, the more damage it can do to the hair, because you not only have a lightening product on your hair, but you also have a developer mixed in, which is going to activate it. And heat can intensify that. You will need less time with a soap cap on your head than you would with the standard clarifying treatment. So in order to do that, you need to check it regularly. If you're doing the regular shampoo cap method, you can see it as it lightens, and you'll see the color like do different weird patchy things. And depending on where your hair is damaged and how damaged your hair is, it will allow for the hair color to unevenly get, it comes out of your hair unevenly. So you'll see, like, some people, when they lighten their hair, they get these weird like polka dot spots, or they look like they've got a cheetah print on their hair. There's a reason for that. It's because that part of the hair has had more or less damage to it than other parts of the hair. That's why some people get what we call pecker stripes. And what that is when people lighten on the scalp, but they don't lighten it evenly, and you have the heat from the scalp that causes that strip of lightener or color to develop faster than the color on, say, the mid shaft of the hair, which is, anything that is 2 inches or further away from the scalp is considered mid shaft. And then, of course, you have the ends, which is usually the last few inches of that. So when using the soap cap method, again, using any of the 3 steps that I discussed before, keep an eye on it super closely, because it is damaging to the hair, because it's a lightening product. If you only need to do a little bit of color removal, you start with 10 volume developer. If you want a standard amount of removal, then you're going to use 20. And if you really want to go balls to the wall and remove the stuff from your hair as quickly as possible, which can also be the most damaging, go all the way up to 40. And I know some people that do double 40 volume. So they take 4 ounces of 40 volume developer, 2 ounces of shampoo, and 1 scoop of product. So what that does is it allows for faster lightening. It allows for quick color removal, but it can be very, very stripping and drying to the hair. So damage to the hair, and hair can't be repaired. It can make it feel, you can make your hair feel better, like texture wise by touching it, but there's nothing you can do to hair to restore it to where it was before until you cut it off. So from the soap cap process, they have other chemicals that you can use, which I will open those web pages now, so it'll be easier to discuss them. And then I can share my screen. Then you have products like, I know Walmart. Let me pull up Walmart because I know they have one too. And some people might not. All right. Let me get my screen shared again. Am I okay now? Okay. It's probably because I was opening other screens. All right, so we're going to go to the Sally's thing, and let me move this tab over. So Sally's has this product made by L'Oreal. It's called Color Zap. I think it was called something else before because I used this on my hair. Revlon also makes one. What this does is it quickly removes the hair color in your hair without too much damage. And this works on permanent hair color. It's a little bit more aggressive to the hair than a soap cap. You can, I mean, it's like $11. I could have swore it was $9. Walmart might have it a little bit cheaper, but you can go straight from this product to another process. So you can do this process, wash your hair, condition it if you want to, and then go right into hair color. Walmart also has it. Go away, Rakuten. It's actually a little bit more expensive at Walmart. So you can buy it at Walmart and it's the same product. So it's here. But this does have, let me look at the ingredients really quick. Hello? No ingredients. Does Walmart have ingredients? All right, so this is basically the same type of process as applying regular bleach and or hair color to your hair to remove color. So same chemicals, it looks like in the ingredients list. Now we have, I'm going to go ahead and close these. This is another product. This was the Argan one that you were talking about. The Color Fix one does not have the same type of chemicals in it that the L'Oreal one does. It says the Color Fix is developed to remove oxidative dyes. Since most semi-permanent colors are a combination of direct dyes and oxidative dyes, Color Fix may only partially remove these. So basically what they mean by direct dyes or oxidative dyes, think about the little things of food coloring that you use to cook. That would be what is considered a direct dye. That is, you put it directly into a product and then you mix it in. When you're working with like permanent hair colors or semi-permanent hair colors, that direct dye is mixed with something else so that it's not a straight pigment. And if you think about it in makeup terms, you have like, you know, those pigments that are not safe for the eye use. So like your Red Lake 40 is a raw pigment. But then if you take your Red Lake 40 and then you mix it with titanium dioxide or bismuth oxychloride, you're then taking that direct dye and then mixing it with something else to make it not as harsh, which also makes it easier to blend and that kind of thing. So direct dyes can be very stubborn to get out of hair. Also, some hair professionals will call them kickers. I know back in my day we called them color kickers, where you have like little itty bitty squeeze tubes that look like little miniature shots of hair color. And you can take that, and what that is that little packet is a direct dye, and you mix that into your hair color. Once you've already got your hair color mixed, you take that direct dye as the last step, and you squeeze in 1 drop, 2 drops, 10 drops, the whole tube, depending on how much saturation you want of that hair color. And then you mix it in last and then apply it directly to the scalp. The direct dyes do not have any lightening capabilities. They literally are just straight raw pigment. So they can be very, very difficult to remove from the hair. All right. Are you caught up with me? We good? Then we'll get into what these last 2 products are. I know I'm giving you a whole lot of information, but I'd rather have you have the information so that you can make the decision for what is best for your hair. Okay. Now, for what this product does is it's less harsh than the L'Oreal one. So when you put this on your hair, and it says right here, from 6 to 16 applications. So you can use this product more than once. You can mix it to be however strength you need it to be. Kind of like with the soap cap method, where you do like 2 ounces of one and 1 scoop of the other, and 2 ounces of the shampoo. This you can also mix to be custom to whatever removal process that you need for your hair. The harder the chemical is to get out of your hair, like the color, the more I would recommend changing up how you mix it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of hair all the way from the nape of your neck, and you're going to start about 2 inches away from the scalp. So you're going to start here, and you're going to apply a small mixture of something like this to the mid shaft, which is this area here. Not at the ends, not at the scalp, because you don't want the heat or the extra damage to get in the way. So you're going to apply your hair color remover here and do that 1 strand just to see how long it takes and to remove color from that 1 section. So doing that process will also tell you if you need to modify the mixture in order to remove the color from like the rest of your hair. So keep that in mind. Always do like a little strip test in order to see how fast and how efficient the color removal is in that 1 segment of hair. And then you have an idea. Plus, the hair at the base of your neck is going to have the least amount of sun damage. So this will allow you to see how slow some of the undersides of your hair will process. Now, with this product, it also has argan oil in it. Argan oil is a very nourishing oil for the hair. It's usually used for people that have oily skin if you're using it in skincare, but argan oil works really well at maintaining the natural oils in the actual hair shaft. So, you know, we all produce oils on our scalp. As we produce oils or we brush our hair, that oil gets wicked down to the ends of our hair by brushing. So we're constantly brushing our own scalp oil through our hair, which allows for healthy looking shiny hair, a closed cuticle. It allows for less frizz and things like that, depending on what kind of humidity you have in your area. So argan oil is really good at smoothing the hair, moisturizing it, restoring the balance of the natural oils for the scalp and the hair. So this one, if you're looking at the least amount of damage, this would be your best bet. And of course, you know, if you worry about the cruelty-free status of your hair color, then this is also good to use. And then there's directions and stuff on here that tell you how to use it, how long to leave it on. It looks like this is only a couple of minute process. And it says, you know, for slight color correction, it's full color correction, and it's got a bunch of different options just on the website that you can read. So I'm sure all of this information is also on the box. And here's what I was talking about a second ago. Always strand test color formulas to be used prior to application. Remember, porous hair will absorb color more quickly, and the resulting hair color may be slightly darker. You may need to formulate 1 to 2 levels lighter than desired results. So that's what I was talking about by taking a piece of hair from like back here and testing the mid shaft of it to see what the process is going to do before you do your entire head. And a lot of people don't take the time to do that, and they just kind of slap something on their head, and then they wonder why they got, you know, polka dots and stripes and all kinds of other crazy things going on in their hair. It's because they didn't do a strand test to see what strength of the mixture that they needed for their hair, as well as the timing to get that mixture to work. So I always recommend doing a strand test. Also do a patch test on either of these chemicals. Usually behind your ear should be sufficient to see if you're going to have any form of allergic reaction. If you've had any type of itching, burning, swelling, redness with any type of lightening or hair color products before, I always recommend to do a patch test. With products like this, you can do like a 12-hour patch test. So put it on in the morning and then do your hair at night. By the time you go to do your hair at night, you should have results. Most salons that I've worked at in the past, we do a 24 or 48-hour chemical patch test. And we do here on the inside of the elbow, and we do behind the ear, because you have not only a lymph node back here, but it's also a pressure point. So it allows for the body to have a stronger reaction to a chemical in that spot, because you've got a whole lot of stuff going on right there on the side of your neck. Plus, of course, it's right next to your carotid artery. So, you know, there's that. So the other one that I pulled up from Walmart, this is color Oops. It says gently removes permanent and semi-permanent hair color, takes only 20 minutes. Again, most color removers are going to take 10 to 20 minutes. And this one says it's a bleach-free color corrector. This one's also more expensive than all the other ones. Let me look at the ingredients. This one's going to be pretty harsh on the hair. Like, really harsh. It says there's only 2 packets in a box, so you can only use this twice. Or if you screw up the first time, you have an extra one. I wouldn't recommend this one, because this one looks like it's going to be very, very stripping to the hair, and could potentially be just as dangerous to your hair as using bleach. So there's that. Okay, so now that we've talked about clarifying color removal, soap cap color removal, and then chemical process color removal, you can also just bleach your hair. In order to use bleach to lighten your hair or to remove hair color, you're going to use a smaller dose of volume developer. So if you're only wanting to strip the hair color just enough to deposit a different color that's very similar to color family as well as lightness to darkness, you're going to need to use equal parts or close to equal parts of a mixture. So you're going to use like 1 scoop of lightener to 1 ounce of developer, and I would recommend using like 10 volume. Or you could do two ounces of 10 volume developer and your lightening mixture. Some people will throw in conditioners or oils with that to also cut down on how harsh that is on the hair. But using straight bleach or lightener on your hair can also strip color out. I mean, it's also going to lighten the hair, open the cuticle, which will allow some of the hair color to escape out. And it also makes the hair more porous. So depending on what type of chemical processes that you've had on your hair, the texture of your hair, the density of your hair, whether or not you have like coarse, medium, fine, and then you have the differentiations between thin, medium, and thick. So I have thick, coarse hair. If you have something like medium hair with a medium texture, then doing this method should be fine. But if you have very fine hair or fine hair, I would not recommend using lightener to strip color out of your hair, because it's just going to leave your hair hanging like half-cooked spaghetti, and it's going to feel rough. So, but you can use bleach. You can mix things in with the bleach, kind of like the soap cap. Like I said, some people use oils. You can use straight, like regular argan oil. You can use Moroccan oil. Like some of these, like oils that you get in the dropper things, you just put 1 or 2 droppers in and then mix everything together, and it's less harsh on the hair. Some people put in conditioner, so if you do like 2 ounces of developer, use 2 ounces of conditioner. Okay, well, thick hair usually can handle quite a bit, but also the density of your hair. Like if I pull, there's 2 there. If I pull 1 hair out, probably the window's not. Okay, you can see it on the wall. This is 1 strand of hair. 1. And even I can see it. So this shows you how coarse my hair is by the fact that this is 1 single strand of hair, and you can see this on camera. So, density and texture are 2 different things. Thick, meaning the fact that you have a lot of hair, which means per square inch on your head, you have a lot more hair per, scalp real estate. Texture is, your ultra fine, fine, medium, coarse, that kind of thing. And then, of course, you can get into other types of hair texture, whether it's straight, wavy, curly, coily, kinky, those kinds of things. That's a whole other topic. And also those types of textures also you have to take into consideration with certain types of actual hair textures where you go from like straight hair takes less, to do X process, and coily hair takes X time to do X process, depending on whether or not, and also the background of your hair takes a lot into whether or not certain lighteners are going to work to remove hair color versus others. So with my hair being 100% virgin, very rarely heat treated, I, don't go outside a whole lot. My hair is pretty tough. In order to lighten my hair at all, I would have to use double 40 volume to get my hair to lighten, and it would take about an hour for it to get anywhere near half the shade. It takes a lot to get my hair to lighten, and it always has. I used to have that stripe in the front for the rogue stripe that everybody was doing back in the 2000s, and then of course I'd pull my hair back and it would look like a skunk. But my hair, in order to get that little patch in the front, it took 2 hours just to get my hair light enough to be anywhere near close to this kind of color. And then of course I would have to put purple on it. I would do like the Shimmer Lights purple shampoo on it in order to counteract the yellow, and then I'd have to put an ashy color blonde dye mixture over it to get the hair to not look so yellow. Trying to get my hair to white was next to impossible because my hair is so dark. I'm technically a 4.5 on the color scale for my hair color. So my hair is really dark, with 1 being black and 10 being blonde. So my hair is rather dark. All right, do you want me to go over some of the other processes that I have in the cart? That you did. Then I even threw a clarifying shampoo in there. So like I said, I mean, you can just use the Suave like I do. Just buy it at Walmart. Hell, you can even buy it at the Dollar Tree for $1. You don't need a whole lot of it, and a bottle like that lasts me like almost a whole year. All right. So, oh, hey, Jason. All right, let me move some of these tabs. So I've got them in order. All right. She asked questions about hair color, and I told her it would be so much easier for me just to verbally explain it instead of write out like books on Facebook. So that's what this is, hair color discussion. All right, so when we were in the salon, we had a specific brand that we used to use called Malibu. The Malibu crystal treatment, I mean, it literally looks like snot. They would give us a little green jar, and we would put the packet in there, and then we would put 2 packets of water in, and then we would stir it, screw the lid on, and shake the piss out of it. And when you get done, it's like half-cooked slime. And then you put it on the hair. It makes this like jelly thing, kind of like the mint sauce that people put on lamb. That's what it looks like. It's a really strange color. It looks like snot. It's really gross. Kind of feels like snot on the hair too. And it gushes between your fingers like snot. So Malibu is the brand. Ion makes this. It's the same thing. What a clarifying treatment packet like this does. We used it before any type of chemical process, whether or not somebody was coming in to get a relaxer, hair color, perm, anything like that, especially for people that had thyroid conditions that were on things like Levaquin or Synthroid to help control thyroid process, or people that had radioactive seeds implanted in their thyroid for, like, I had some clients that had Graves' disease that they had to be on like thyroid enhancing type medications. Those are super, super harsh on the hair, and they can leave chemical traces behind. So what the Malibu and or Ion treatment does is it helps strip those chemicals from the hair. Everything that we eat, we drink, we use product-wise, all ends up, some form of it ends up in our hair. So like when people on those like cop shows, they talk about doing a DNA test on your hair strand. Your hair strand can tell whether or not you secondhand smoke inhaled marijuana a year ago, depending on how long your hair is. It can show medications in your system. It can show what types of diet that you have. Lack of nutrition shows up in your hair. There's so much detail in one strand of hair, and that's not even including the bulb of the hair. Like when a hair falls out, that little ball at the end, that has all kinds of DNA in it. It has your blood type in it. It has whether or not you're male or female. It tells you, there's so much a piece of hair can tell you, which is why they in all those like murder mysteries, they say don't leave your hair behind and always wear something to cover it up, because leaving hair at a crime scene can be very detrimental to your case. Just saying. So what these clarifying treatments do, these are little like jumpstart packets. You mix it in, you put it on. Again, you can do the bag with the towel treatment. I would not recommend the bag with the plastic bag with the hairdryer treatment, because that is a little bit too harsh. What this does is it removes hard water, it removes chemicals from the hair, it helps remove medication buildup in your hair. It'll also help strip off, like for me, I use a lot of oils in my hair to keep it smooth. So it also helps remove buildup from hair products, shampoos, conditioners, things like that. Anything that could potentially be that stays in your hair, or like people that use Pantene and Dove products on their hair. We used to do this test where we would hold the hair out. We would open our scissors up. I'll do a demonstration. We open the scissors up. We get our thumb ready, and we take, and usually this works best on wet hair. You take your hair, you put the blade flat against the hair using your thumb, and then you run the blade down the hair shaft. When you remove your thumb from that, all the buildup from your hair is going to be stuck on the blade and your thumb, and you're going to see like all this white, like cheesy looking stuff that literally you just scraped off your hair. Pantene is really bad about putting all these harsh additives and waxes in products that build up on the hair, which causes hair breakage. And what this does is it shows you how much buildup you have on your hair with a visual representation, so we could show our clients, this is what's on your hair, this is why we need to do this type of treatment. Or we would do a clarifying treatment and stick them under the dryer for 10-20 minutes and then wash it off, just using the regular shampoo method. Somebody's talking to me on Twitter. It just popped up on my iPad. So this little treatment helps remove that buildup from the hair, and it's very efficient and effective, and it's not that expensive. And it tells you here what it is. It says the ion crystal clarifying treatment safely removes chemical residue buildup from styling products, chlorine, iron, rust, hard water minerals, while helping to prevent breakage. Use this treatment before chemical services to prep the hair for hair, coloring, straightening, or perms. So you can buy any brand like this. They all come, just about every brand has something like this. But this is a crystal clarifying treatment. Again, you take this and you mix it with water, and then you put it on and you let the snot sit on for a few minutes, and then you rinse it off. All of the instructions are usually on this little packet. Let's see. It says 2 ounces of warm water, leave on 5 to 20 minutes. And you can also use it after a chemical service in order to remove chemicals out of your hair to neutralize your hair. So this is one option. That's what I put in the wish list. The other one is this one. This is a pre-color treatment. What this does is it allows for like a rebuild kind of method. This isn't going to like strip the chemicals out of your hair or strip buildup. This is going to fill in the porosity of your hair by allowing it to semi-repair your hair before you blow open the cuticle and put chemicals in it and then, strip all that stuff back out. So this is like a preventative measure, kind of like the Olaplex system, where it puts a coating over your hair to kind of protect it before a chemical treatment. And then, of course, you come back in with another Olaplex product afterwards to neutralize the chemicals in your hair and to also help condition. So this is a simple, easy method to do any type of like Band-Aid kind of repairs on your hair before you do a chemical process. And again, it's made by Ion. I just threw a bunch of Ion stuff in the cart. Like I said, I've worked with the brand. I'm familiar with the products. And I know you can buy it at any Sally's Beauty Supply. You can also buy it at Cosmoproof because it's basically a Sally's type brand. So, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's like a boo-boo treatment for your hair before you do color or chemicals. All right, let me close that. Now, this is another Ion thing. This is what you use after a chemical process. So you can do this between lightening your hair or stripping color out of your hair and then before you do your next hair color, or you can wait to the end and do it after all of it. I would recommend doing like a little of this in between treatments to also help condition the hair and to put some oils back into the hair so it's less stripping on the hair. That's what I used to do. If I was lightening hair or stripping color, I would put a treatment like this on for a couple of minutes at the shampoo bowl, rinse it with cool water, and then, hello? I'm being attacked by Hershey Kisses. The little bag decided it wanted to throw a few on my desk. Is it trying to tell me I need to eat them? I can only eat a few of those at a time. They're really sweet. And then after a chemical process, after I've done everything, after I've shampooed, I would put this on and then put somebody in a shower cap and stick them under the dryer for 5-10 minutes as a deep conditioning type treatment. So you can use this a couple of different ways. You can use this as like your everyday hair conditioner from mid shaft to ends. You can use it in between chemical processes for 1 to 2 minutes to sit it on and then rinse it with cool water. You can also use it as a deep conditioning treatment where you put it on and then you leave it on for, 5 to 20 minutes and, use it with the shower cap method, use it with the towel method, use it with the plastic bag method for heat. Or, like I said, I used to just throw people underneath the dryer on a warm dryer setting, and it allows the hair cuticle to open up enough that this can penetrate down into the center of the hair, or at least the mid shaft of the hair, and it allows it to get more condition. And then as soon as you pull people out of the dryer, you shoot them in the sink with cold water, or as cold water as they can stand. And what that does is it takes the hair cuticle from this and snaps it closed so that it traps that conditioner in the hair. It can also, depending on hair texture and density, it can also weigh hair down, as well as it can make hair look limp. So if you have like very voluminous hair, but it's very fine, using a treatment like this is a very, very heavy treatment. It's going to weigh the hair down. So you're going to have, like, if you have wavy hair, it will end up making your hair a little bit more straight just by the weight of the product in the hair strand. So there's also that you have to take into consideration. Okay, let me pop back over here for a second. Are you with me? We've got 3 more products to discuss, and then I'll be able to, I mean, I can answer anything, so just let me know. I just want to make sure that you're caught up with me and I'm not getting too far ahead, because we've talked about a bunch of different products and processes. Is it too much, Angel? Too much info? I mean, I know it's a lot of information. But again, this is what I went to school for this. I mean, I've got a lot of background in it. I've studied hair. I've studied the chemistry of hair. I mean, you're basically miniature hair chemists when you do cosmetology school. And we have to learn chemical processes and what chemicals can be mixed and cannot be mixed together, because it makes all kinds of toxic fumes if you mix the wrong chemicals together. It can be very hazardous to your health. They even taught us how, you know, that like 5-minute beard colored stuff for men. If you take something that's like that, because it has what they call metallic salts in it, or metallic dyes, it literally has metal in the dye, and you put it on hair and then you set the hair on aluminum foil and you put like hydrogen peroxide on it, it will catch the hair on fire. And I mean fire. So when people come in and they've used box color on their hair and they want to get their hair professionally colored, we ask if you've used over-the-counter hair color and what brand, because some hair color brands do still use metallic salts in the over-the-counter hair color treatment. And by putting anything with any form of peroxide in it on your scalp will literally melt the hair right off your damn scalp, which is why we ask. That's why we always say don't buy box dyes, because a lot of the box dyes on the market still contain metallic salts. It's not technically harmful, but depending on what chemicals you also try to add to your hair later can literally singe the hair right off your scalp. And by not doing a proper consultation with your client before putting any type of chemicals on their hair, you can be sued for frying their hair because they didn't tell you, because you didn't ask. So I had a little booklet, I still have it, that had medications people were on, health things that they had gone through, surgeries, whether or not they were pregnant, breastfeeding, or planning to get pregnant. I had information like that on those cards. I had previous chemical processes, whether it was something I did or something they did. And then every time they came in, I had to review that information with them to see if anything had changed, because even adding something like ibuprofen to your regular daily medication regime can have drastic effects to what your hair can handle. So people don't realize that literally everything you take internally ends up on your head. And it's kind of scary that it does, but also knowing that anything that you consume or anything that you do to your hair or have outside, like if you go swimming and you have one pool that you swim in that's a saltwater pool and you go to another pool that is a chlorine pool. So you have a personal pool that's a saline pool, but you're out somewhere, or you go to the beach and you have, you're affected at salt water, or whether you're at a lake, every body of water that you get in is going to leave something in your hair. Even if you like shampoo it afterwards, like you get out and you rinse off, that kind of thing, and you go home and you shower, there's still going to be remnants of that water in your hair. And again, some of those things can cause issues when doing chemical processes. So it's kind of, it was interesting for me to learn all this stuff. It really was. A lot of people just kind of breezed through it and they didn't think twice about it. Now my head's itching. I have a very itchy, dry scalp, and I washed my hair yesterday. I had to take a bath and freaking body lotion last night. My legs looked like I had snake scales on them. They were so dry. Okay, now last 3 products we can go over. Let me pop back to this screen. All right, so this is an after color treatment. It's very similar to the last product that I discussed. What this is, let me look at it really quick, make sure. Okay, this one will stop chemical processes by neutralizing the hair. So when you go and you get a perm, they put the activator on your perm rods, and then when you cook and they rinse you and that kind of stuff, they put another chemical over it to neutralize the hair. This is going to be similar to that bottle of neutralizer, the stuff that doesn't smell like dirty feet. Sometimes it smells like fruit because sometimes they use like apple or papaya or pear enzymes in the neutralizer because it actually has a natural neutralizing agent. I know some people that make their own at home applesauce kind of mixture with applesauce and pear, and then they cook it down. They do not add sugar, and then they put it on their hair to neutralize chemicals in their hair. Works very well. Also, pectin from fruits can also have a neutralizing effect on the hair. Again, sorry, I'm getting nerdy on you. All right, so what this is a conditioning treatment, but it also helps neutralize the chemicals that are in your hair, and it keeps it from being as damaged. It also helps take that cuticle that's wide open and snap it back closed. So this says it restores the natural pH of the hair. So that's what this product is. The other one's like super conditioning. This one's a neutralizing with a hint of conditioning. Then we get into this product. This is like the 1-2 punch for like Band-Aid treatments for the hair. This is a super heavy duty conditioning treatment. Like when we were in the salon, we used to do like cholesterol treatments. Some people at home, they do like mayonnaise and egg whites. This is a very similar type product, but it also has usually oils and things like that in it to also help condition. So this one says the first step to reducing breakage and improving severely damaged hair. The solution hardens into hair, restoring weak hair, improving elasticity and strength. Safe for color-treated and chemically treated hair. This is what you would use like after all of your chemical processes in order to restore balance. Again, it's very similar to the Olaplex system where it's super hydrating, super conditioning. It will also weigh the hair down. So keep that in mind. I would only use something like this on somebody that has excruciatingly damaged hair. So somebody that regularly bleaches their hair to remove hair color and then puts hair color back over it. And then like a month later bleaches their hair and then puts hair color back over it. So this type of product would be used to use either right after a chemical process or like a week after a chemical process, or you can use small doses of it every time you condition your hair in order to slowly maintain that fill effect that it does. It takes the open cuticles of the hair and it kind of like wedges its way in between the cuticle and the mid shaft to allow for extra conditioning, smoothing. It'll fill some of the porosity of your hair. So any type of damage that you've done to your cuticle that's made it more porous, basically little micro holes in your hair. And this will come in and just kind of hang out in that hole for you to fill it in a little bit better, which also makes your hair look smoother. It makes your hair look shinier and healthier, and it'll kind of hang out for a while because it's heavy, it's thick, it'll stay in the hair longer, and then you can, heat process your hair, and it shouldn't feel as damaged. It's not going to do a whole lot, but just kind of hang out and coat your hair, but that's what it's made for. Like I said, you cannot repair the damage done to hair unless you cut it off. There's no repairing damage to the hair. You can make your hair texturally feel better, but again, you can't unless you're willing to just chop it off and start over. There's not a whole lot that you can do to hair, but try and just make it feel softer, feel smoother, fill in the cracks and the holes, that kind of thing. So this is like a spackle treatment for your hair. Okay, one more. All right, we all caught up, Angel? Are you with me? Your last comment was 4 minutes ago, so I want to make sure because I covered a whole bunch of stuff in there. Does your brain hurt yet? because I know I've talked about a whole bunch of things. You want to make sure that you're not completely lost. Are you taking notes? Did you get your pen and paper out? I should have said that at the beginning. Now you see why I didn't want to do this over Facebook Messenger. This is a lot of information. Give him hugs for me. Well, I mean, you can always come back and watch the live stream. I'll leave it up. That way, just in case you're lost, you can always come back and watch whatever parts you need to watch. And I'll try and come back and watch the live stream after it renders to YouTube so that I can put timestamps below in the description box once it's all rendered and go through, clarifying treatment, the soap method, the lightning method, different chemical processes, as well as the different treatments that you can use on your hair. So I'll try and remember to go back. It's a lot of work to do that, but if it helps, it'll help. That way you can just kind of click on the link in the description. It'll have like a time. It'll say like what the process is and the time. And you just click it and it'll jump the video right to that. So that way you can, if you have any questions, you can just go back and rewatch it. That's another reason why I wanted to do this, because not only does it help you out, but maybe it'll help somebody else out that's looking for information to lighten their hair or to do any type of chemical process. Because I see a lot of people talk about this on Twitter where constantly use like temporary or semi-permanent or demi-permanent colors in their hair, but then they get a hair color and they don't like it or they want to change it and they don't know the process to get rid of it. So I'll probably try and link this to Twitter, because some people, I've seen a lot of people lately ask that kind of information, and so I'm sure it would be helpful to somebody else. Okay. Now, for this type of treatment, this is a bigger bottle. This is like a very heavy conditioner that you can use as a daily conditioner, a reconstructing hair mask. You can use it as a regular like hair mask that you put on in the shower and leave on while you wash your body, shave your legs, pick your nose, whatever you do in the shower. This is something that you can use depending on how much treatment that you need, how long you keep it on, what kind of procedures you do with it, whether it's the bag method or you just kind of put it in your hair, throw your shower cap on and clean your bathroom kind of thing, and then get in the shower and rinse it out. I would always recommend washing your hair before you use something like this, because you don't want any dirt and debris in your hair before using this kind of treatment. So this is a Reconstructor treatment. It's also like the Olaplex system. It's a lot cheaper than the Olaplex system. It says, after one use, the hair will be stronger and more manageable, increases elasticity and moisture while guarding against further chemical appliance or environmental damage. It conditions, nourishes, increases manageability. It's also gluten-free, paraben, alcohol, phthalates, and soy-free. Restores strength and moisture to hair. It's for weak or damaged hair. It's 100% vegan. Let's see what the ingredients are in this. If you're allergic to vitamin E, don't use it. Vitamin E is down here. Tocopherol acetate is a heated form of vitamin E. And it has fragrance in here. Limonene is a citrus fragrance additive. Of course, there's fragrance up here too. So basically, this is like a super heavy-duty moisturizer for the scalp and hair. Like I said, you can use it as I would recommend like a half a pump and work it through your hands and start like here on your hair and work to the ends. And then whatever's left in your hands, run it through the scalp area. You can do that after every shampooing, or you can put it on mid-shaft to ends. Do not put it on the scalp and let it sit while you shower and then rinse it, or you can put it all over Again, trying to avoid the actual direct scalp area because it can make your hair extra oily. It can make your scalp extra oily as well. And then like clean your bathroom or, you know, put your shower cap on and then let it sit for 5-10 minutes and then rinse it out. Rinsing it, that's another thing I didn't talk about. Let me get back to here. And with rinse methods, rinsing chemicals or treatments out of the hair depends on the temperature, depending on what kind of effect that you want. The hotter the water, the hot water can do good and it can do bad. When you're using conditioning treatments to the hair or things that you want to leave moisture back in the hair, you want to do water that feels cold to the scalp. Like anything that's 98 degrees or cooler is going to help close the cuticle of the hair down. I haven't eaten anything since I got up. My stomach's starting to yell at me. So it's going to take the hair shaft and it's going to snap the cuticle closed. When you use warmer water, it leaves the hair shaft open so that it's a hydro process because, again, water's involved. It's going to allow your hair to expand, swell, and open, which is why they say don't like brush your hair while your hair is wet kind of thing because you can cause more damage to it. But when you're rinsing like lighteners out of your hair, bleach, perm solution, clarifying treatments, you want the hottest water that you can stand on your hair, on your scalp, to rinse those things out of your hair because it's going to allow the chemicals to leave the hair easier. And then after you rinse and rinse and rinse, then you can cool the temperature down and it will, bring the scalp back down to a normal temperature. When using like neutralizing agents like the perm solution neutralizer, or you're on the finishing processes of rinsing out relaxer for the hair, you start with warm water to rinse relaxer, and then you switch to cool water. Same thing with rinsing neutralizer out in perm solution. Or if you've just done a filler treatment for hair, like where you've put a sealant over the hair after you've done hair color. So usually it's something like you use permanent hair color on the hair, and then you use a deposit only hair color to use as like a sealant, kind of like a clear coat on your nail polish. You're going to want to use cold water or cool water to rinse that because it allows the chemicals to get trapped in the hair, and it also allows for shinier, healthier looking hair. Any type of heavy conditioners and things like that, you're going to want to use cold water. Also, if you're worried about stripping hair color from your hair and you want to maintain the color in your hair, you want to start off with above average hair body temperature water to wash your hair, to shampoo it, that kind of thing, so that the cuticle opens enough that you can get dirt and debris out of the hair, but not enough so that the hair color also decides to escapade out of your hair shaft while you're washing your hair. And then as you are rinsing, start with that warmer than body temperature water so that you can feel that there's a little bit of heat on your head, but it doesn't feel cold to your scalp. And then as you rinse, slowly turn the temperature down so that it gets cooler and cooler to the point where it starts to feel a little chilly on your scalp. And that way you can also maintain the longevity of your hair color without stripping hair color from your hair unwanted. So. I used that hair dryer thingy yesterday to curl my hair, and it did a really good job. It left really pretty waves in my hair, but my hair annoys me when it's down, so I usually put it back up. So, are you caught up? Do you are you good? Do you have any questions? I mean, I've covered a ton of information in this video. And I still have to get back to editing tomorrow's video. I don't even know where I'm at in it. Let me look. I am 8 minutes in on an hour and 10-minute long video, editing wise. So tomorrow's video is going to be really long. but I'm trying to do like cliff notes on the screen as I'm editing so that anybody that has any questions about jewelry tools or what we're doing and how we're doing it kind of thing, it's all going to be there. So. All right, are you sure? Yeah, absolutely, positively. I mean, you can always message me later if you're stuck. Also, without feeling your hair and texture and that kind of thing, I can't give like specific information as to what I would recommend for your hair because I physically would have to put my hands in it in order to tell like different textures and things like that, as well as knowing. I mean, I know most of your medical history, but like medications, things like that, diet, those are all things that, like I've mentioned, also come into effect when dealing with any form of chemical process. So that is also something that I would probably, it's more of an in-person thing where I would need to know more information in order to give you more definitive information. But I mean, it should be a pretty good base information for anybody looking for any type of treatments or recommendations for treatments for hair, to strip color, to repair hair, that kind of thing. So, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into when you sit down in somebody's hair, usually or somebody's chair. First thing the hairdresser should do is feel your hair. And what I used to do is I would have them sit down and I would, you know, run my fingers through their hair and feel the texture of it. And then I would turn around, put my back to my mirror and put my ass on my station. And I would face to face with my client and talk to them about all of the things that I've discussed. Type of diet, whether or not they've had any type of like dietary changes, medications, medical procedures, things like that. Those are all the things that I would cover in my initial, within the first few minutes of them sitting down. And any good hairdresser, even if you've been to them multiple times, every time you come in and sit down in their chair, they should automatically do a consultation with you. And yeah. Well, see, that's the other thing is I would have to see it. I would have to see I would have to know what product you used in your hair, and I would have to see it to see how light it is, and I would have to know what you want to put in your hair after to know which one of these processes would work. And I mean, you can send me that information on Facebook and I'll answer it. But those are other things that I would also take into consideration when looking for a removal treatment plan, is knowing what was used, what you want to go to, and then I can make the decision on what treatment would work best. So if you want to send me pictures of, you know, what your hair looks like now, and, you know, since you're outside, it's like, what, 8 o'clock there? You can send me pictures of your hair and then tell me what color you want to go to, or send me pictures of what you want to do and what it was, what you used before. And then I can help you decide which one of these treatments would work. Whether it's, you know, the soap cap, the clarifying treatment, or the actual color remover. So, but yeah, that should cover all the basis on generalized information for hair color removal. So, that helpful? That good? Gave you lots to think about? Probably too much information. I mean, I don't mind. Like I've told people before, especially when it comes to like makeup application, if you guys have questions, and I know the answer to it or whatever, I don't mind like talking about it or discussing it or hopping on a live stream to show a specific like process or technique or something. So, you know, it just depends on if I've got time. Like tomorrow, I've got to go do a Walmart pickup order. It's Yule today, so I haven't even got my Yule plans together for tonight. It is the winter solstice or the, what is it? Vernal equinox. Yeah. It's a busy day for me. Plus I've got, I mean, I have videos that I can put up. Let me just show you that really quick since I have my YouTube and I can share my screen. Wrong button. That way you can see just how busy I've been. Like, Jason and I played Diablo on Saturday. That was the first time I'd played a video game in over a week. Like, besides, like, the Shop Heroes thing that I play that is, like, inconsequential. Oh, crap. Quit clicking on stuff. I didn't click that. Go back. Back. Click this. Click that. Hello? Oh, there you go. Figured I'd get this pulled up and then I could share my screen. Because it's going to take a second for this to load. But anyways, all that stuff is saved here in the Sally's What's It for you to look at. So depending on what you need. Oh, what's that? Okay, so this is a video that goes up at 11. It's scheduled for today. And then all of these other videos ready to go. I mean, I have to do description boxes for most of them. Actually, it looks like I have to do description boxes for everything. And I'll probably end up posting the making Thanksgiving dinner on Christian Christmas Day. I think that would be apropos. Yeah. I remember you telling me that you were moved. So I'd still be in bed sleeping if it was me. But I've got all the rest of my painting videos finally edited that I recorded in October. The Robbie DeChristie stuff that I recorded in either October or November is finally edited. I've got all the rest of those. I've got one here, and one here that are all Robbie DeChristie. And then I've got a food video here where I make like mashed potatoes and show you how I make my super thick, juicy, stringy, cheesy, hint of ranch dressing-y smashed taters, and then the rest of the Thanksgiving dinner meal that I made for November. So all of these are all edited. And then just to pop over here, this is the video I'm editing right now. And then wait till my screen catches up. I don't know if it's going to show this. Oh, it's not. Hang on, I gotta come back over here. All right, there it is. Okay, now I can show you the screen. I didn't have it set right. Make sure it pops up on the screen so I can see it. All right, there we go. Okay, this is a video I'm editing right now. All of these videos, all of these videos here And then these 3 here are all like vloggy videos that will all be merged and go on my second channel. Same with most of these. These are all like vlog clips, things that I record with my phone. And then I've got this row here and this row here. Those are all like vlog clips. And then we get into, this was a video I recorded. This was another video I recorded, both of these videos. Then we have this video that's a holiday look, number 7. These are all holiday look number 8. These are the videos I'm working on right now. This is me testing out that new hairdryer thingy. These video clips here, these 3 are my Ipsy Glam Bag unbagging. This is the get ready with me to go to the post office. And this is what I recorded yesterday morning before I did my live stream yesterday, testing out the new ColourPop palette. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the one I'm working on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 regular videos for my main channel that I still have to edit all here. And then all the videos from here to here, minus these clips, because all of these are edited. I'm going to do a split screen on this video. So those are all part of the other one. So all of these video files that I just highlighted, all the ones that you can see in turquoise, all of those will end up being made into like little vlog videos that are 5 to 10 minutes long for my second channel. So you're looking at 5 or 6 videos just right there, if not 7, plus all of the other videos that I have for my main channel. So yeah, I have a lot of editing to do. And then just to show you, I don't know if this will pop up. Probably not. Let me stop that. Start this. There we go. If I come down here to videos, here's all the video clips. All right here. There's 93 items in this folder, 93 video clips to edit. And I don't know if I have any in here. Oh, I do. I've got 3 right here. So I need to move those. So there's 3 more videos, clips to add. Those will all be like vloggy things. So that's probably stuff I recorded yesterday. And then to go here, there's the pictures that I pulled from my Ipsy Glam Bag video. That's a video I'm working on. And then here are the pictures from yesterday's video that I recorded with the ColourPop palette. And some random workshop pictures. Here are the other holiday looks that I did. This is 7 and 8. I really love how this one turned out, this blue one. And this was the body drawer I was telling you about last night that I had a photograph of that girl. And then pictures of food and the hair thingy, because I've tested it out twice now. So, yeah. Lots of stuff. Very busy. Lots of stuff to do. So the holiday look, what are you? Holiday look number 6 will go up in 30 minutes on my channel. And it's a premiere, so I have to be in chat for that. And then, so I'll edit from like the time I end the stream to the time that the video goes live, and then I'll pop into chat while that's live. And then I'll go back to editing the jewelry video, and then I've got to get that exported. And then I have to make a whole new video file and import both video files that I exported to do a split screen on them. So that's tomorrow's video that I'm working on right now, and it's over an hour long. So yeah. Not to mention, I still have a dishwasher to unload. I was going to make a cake yesterday and I ran out of time. So, yeah, I want to get the cake made. And then depending on what looks like mail's already come. So I can walk out and get mail here in just a minute after I put my shampoo and stuff back in the bathroom. So that'll be, tomorrow will probably end up being like a live stream from my phone, so I can do like a get ready with me because I have a Walmart pickup order to do. So I'll probably just live stream from the bathroom and do makeup and live stream from there. And then I'll do an unboxing if I have anything in the mail. So there's that. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. I'm always really, really, really busy. I always have like a lot of stuff to do. That's why it takes less time for me to pop on a live stream and do this than it does for me to type it all out in chat. That's why I was like, it's easier to do a live stream. It really is. It's so much easier and it's faster. It would have taken me 2 hours to get all this information out. And then of course I would have had shared links with you and all that kind of stuff back and forth. There's still something move out front. So yeah, whole lot easier to do this. But I'm going to go get back to editing the next holiday look, which I absolutely love how it turned out. It was a pain in the butt to edit, but I love how it turned out. Goes up in 30 minutes. And so I will be in chat for that as well. And then, yeah, tomorrow will be a live stream about 1:30 my time, because I have the pickup order. I think it's 3 to 4. Let me look. I made a thingy on my phone. 2 to 3, it says Walmart pickup. So let me check my email. Just to double check the time. What? Oh, I sold something on my website. Good thing I checked my email, huh? I just sold our lizard ring. It's such a cute ring. Where's the Walmart email? Hello? I guess I could have just looked at the app and... Oh my God, how many emails do I have? I haven't checked email in like 2 days, 3 days, because I haven't had time. I mean, I check it for like business orders and stuff like that, but... God, where is it? Okay. Screw that. Let's go to the app. Because that way I can tell you what time I'll be live streaming tomorrow. Grocery. Purchase history. Okay, so it is from 2 to 3 tomorrow. So, yeah. So I have to be at Walmart between 2 and 3. So more like 12:30, 1 o'clock for me to get ready. So I'll probably go live at 12:30, maybe 12:45. So that time, because it takes me about 15 minutes to get there. And I like, I'll throw all the stuff in the car beforehand, but I like to make sure that I'm there at 2 o'clock to pick up groceries and whatnot. So, and you figure live streams usually take me at least an hour. I mean, today's any judge. So that'll give me time to do the live stream, unboxing, makeup, that kind of thing, before I leave. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, always busy. And I have an email from Felicia. So I just saw that at the top. I read the email. It was sweet. Anyways, her package gets to her today. I can't wait. And I haven't sent her the links to any of the videos that I've done for jewelry making or anything like that. I wanted to wait, and she wanted to wait until she got it. So I have not shared those links with her yet until she gets it and tells me that she's got it, and then I'll send her the links. so that she can see exactly how her jewelry was made. I can't wait. I'm excited. And then I got all the rest of the jewelry parts in to finish the other parts of her jewelry. So I'm just excited. I hope she likes it. I think it's beautiful. I'm actually debating buying more of that chain and making more things out of it because it's that pretty. So too many things going on in my head. Too many things. All right, I'm going to go. Angel, if you have any more questions later, you know how to reach me. I got to get back to editing. I'm running out of time. So anyways, I will see you later. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. I got way too much going on. And I plan on filming a makeup video today, but I've got all of my video like recording cards out here on my desk. Just to give you an example, I got one in the machine and I've got the other 3 here. So my camera currently has no SD card in it. So I need to make sure that I've edited everything off of these before I delete them. So yeah, lots to do. And I probably ought to go find something to munch on in the kitchen. So, all right, I will see you later. Bye.